Congratulations. I, being the representative of Vasas National School, I'm so proud of you all for taking great care of yourself and for paying attention to your studies, and of course for making great assignments. So I welcome you all on online lecture 11, obviously on history class 7. And today our topic to have search on or to dive into is first of all we will have a little recap of all previous lectures that we have successfully done on Mughal Empire. Like in individual videos, whatever we have covered, we will talk about all those videos in few minutes, and then we will talk about the reasons behind the fall of Mughal Empire in detail. So let's get started, and first of all we will start this session by the introduction of all those videos that we have done like in previous videos, like whatever the content we have covered and whatever the things that we have learned and discussed. Then at the end we will talk about all the reasons behind the decline or the fall of the Mughal Empire.
The Mughal dynasty laid its foundation in India in the early 16th century. The dynasty started with the coming of the first ruler, Babur, who crossed Afghanistan and reached the Punjab plains in 1526 AD. Babur was born in Farghana in 1483 and ascended the throne at a very young age. He defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. Babur was succeeded by his son Humayun in 1530. He divided his inheritance equally among his brothers, according to the will of his father. He started the construction of the Purana Killa, but could not finish it. Humayun was defeated by Sher Shah Suri and had to flee to Iran. He died in 1556 due to an accident on the staircase. Humayun was succeeded by his very young son Akbar in the same year. Akbar expanded the kingdom from Kabul to Bengal. He built the walled city of Fatehpur Sikri in 1571. The Navratans, or the 9 courtiers, found an important place in Akbar's court. Akbar started the new religion, Deen-e-Ilahi. Jahangir succeeded the throne after Akbar in 1605. He was the first emperor to open relations with the British East India Company in India. His empress, Begum Noor Jahan, was the real power behind the throne. Shah Jahan was Jahangir's third son, who was born in Lahore in 1592. He was a great connoisseur of art and architecture, building monuments like the Taj Mahal, the Jama Masjid, and the beautiful Shalimar Gardens in Srinagar. The majestic peacock throne is also from his time. Aurangzeb was the last emperor who sat on the Mughal throne in 1658. He was an autocratic ruler who was deeply religious, believing in the Islamic law of Sharia. The Mughal Empire reached its zenith during Aurangzeb's rule. The territorial extent of the empire was short-lived, as revolts of subsidiary rulers challenged its integrity. By the 17th century, the Mughal Empire had lost its glory, but had left behind a political legacy few people could ignore.
As you have seen and learned the introduction of the Mughal Empire and of course about the emperors of the Mughal Empire from very start, so now here's the time to learn about the reasons behind the decline and fall of Mughal Empire.
Of Mughal Empire, the later Mughals. The rule of great Mughals started with Babur and culminated with the death of Aurangzeb. The successors of Aurangzeb were called the later Mughals. In 1707 CE, Aurangzeb's son Bahadur Shah came to the throne. He was too incompetent to suppress the Marathas and the Rajputs. He was succeeded by Jahandar Shah in 1712 CE. Around this time, Sayyid brothers, the powerful nobles, became very powerful and were known as kingmakers. They removed Jahandar Shah from the Mughal throne and made Farrukhsiyar the next Mughal emperor. In 1719, Sayyid brothers killed Farrukhsiyar and made Muhammad Shah the Mughal emperor. During his reign, Nadir Shah, the ruler of Persia, invaded Delhi and carried away large booty included Kohinoor diamond and peacock throne. Muhammad Shah was succeeded by Ahmad Shah and Alamgir II. The later Mughals were not capable as great Mughals. They became puppets in the hands of their shrewd nobles. Depending on their origin, the nobles were divided into three main rival groups. They were Turanis from Turkestan, the Iranis from Iran, and the Hindustanis from India. They often played the role of kingmaker like Sayyid brothers and conspired to place their favorites on Mughal throne. Shah Alam II was the next Mughal ruler who allied with the Nawabs of Awadh and Bengal to curb the growing power of British. However, the British army defeated the combined forces of these three powers in the historic Battle of Buxar. The Mughal emperor was now compelled to grant the English East India Company the Diwani, or the rights to collect revenue of the provinces of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. The last Mughal ruler was Bahadur Shah Zafar, who participated in the revolt of 1857. Hence, he was imprisoned in Rangoon, where he died in 1862. Aurangzeb, Battle of Buxar.
Causes of the decline of Mughal. A number of factors were responsible for the decline of Mughal Empire. A. Emperor Aurangzeb had depleted the military and the financial resources of his empire by fighting a long war in the Deccan. B. His rigid and intolerant policies led the Sikhs, Marathas, and Rajputs to revolt against Mughal Empire. C. His successors were too weak and incompetent. D. The efficiency of the imperial administration broke down as it was difficult for later Mughals to keep a check on their powerful nobles. E. The invasion of Nadir Shah, the ruler of Persia, and Ahmad Shah Abdali, the Afghan leader, further weakened the Mughal Empire.
So here comes assignment number 11. It contains a question. Write a note on rise and fall of Mughal Empire. So thank you very much for hearing this video out, and take great care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.